Easy one. Any more softballs?
I know the guys have talked quite a bit with us anyway about kind of having a different mindset on the road. What have you told them in terms of home versus away?
We've talked about it. I haven't even addressed it since our game Wednesday. I mean, we didn't talk about that yesterday, but certainly I don't think our mindset's been awful. I think it's been pretty much the same it's always been going away from home. I do think that, individually maybe we can do some things to help better prepare us to be maybe more ready than and not count on the crowd to create that for us. But for the most part, I mean, attitudes aren't bad. Attitudes are good, and they try. And you can't say we weren't ready when we went to Ames. I mean, heck, we controlled the first half, so it was the second half that was the problem. But there's been other games where we certainly didn't have the fire in the start, and then primarily the Oklahoma State game and the West Virginia game. So we we do need to have a better mindset, but I'm not sure it's just something that you just say, okay, we're going to have a better mindset. You have a better mindset. I think it's something the guys need to be talk about and be excited about, and have a similar mindset to what we did when we went to San Diego State. I mean, we were so excited to play. It was also our first true road game, and we need to approach this as this is our first game, basically, for the rest of the season. It's obviously a big game if we want to stay, up close to the top of the conference race. And I think our guys understand the magnitude of the game.
Hey, Bill, did Svi do some things in the game the other night that you hadn't seen in a game anyway?
Well, to be honest with you, he's been laboring for a while, but this last 4 or 5 days, he shot the heck out of the ball. Certainly looked more confident out there. And I thought in the game, he did some good things. He was probably the best player we had in the game. When you talk about just grading out the game, he probably did as many good things as anybody. Probably he and Devontae. So he's going to get a chance to play, and we need him to be good. We need him to give us offense off the bench. And what I thought he did a good job of the other day was he didn't put himself in bad positions handling the ball, and certainly he defended about as well as anybody we had on the perimeter.
What do you remember the first matchup? You had real good balance that day, but I remember after the game, he said, I'd rather have one guy that was...
Yeah, I think we had 6 guys have 10 points.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? Or one guy had 11 and 5 guys had 10. I mean, that's almost mathematically impossible to have 6 guys in double figures, and it adds up to 61. So, I would much rather have, obviously, more scoring. But, TCU's good defensively. They've always guarded us well. And certainly that game was kind of a strange game. We didn't play great, but we got up to, I think it was 18 with 4 minutes left, and then kind of puttered around in the game. But I hope like heck we go down and we have balance again, because hopefully it's in that 15 to 17 range instead of 10.
A little off topic, Bill, but for you guys, how much do you stretch nutrition with your guys this time of year and just eating right?
You know what? We do. We have a nutritionist, obviously, on staff. All the meals are done through him. It is a concern of ours because we do think that we don't eat very healthy. What we feed them is fine. It's what guys do on their own that's not so fine. I'm sure that maybe somebody in this crowd in their lives maybe had very good New Year's resolution, thoughts that hey, this is going to be the time, and then driving home at 10:30, you drive by Burger King and McDonald's, and somehow or another a magnet just pulls you in there. I know that happens to me a lot, and I think it happens with kids all the time too. There's only so much you can do, and I think a lot of it is them having some self-discipline. But I do think your question's good, because I think that we can do more as a program to educate our guys on the importance of eating right. When guys leave us all the time, whether it be whoever, and they go on and they have an opportunity to play for money, it's amazing to me how many of them get their own cooks, and they say how much better they feel by just eating right and being disciplined in that way. We don't have that luxury that we can do that by rules and stuff like that. but we got to do probably a better job of educating our guys the importance, because I don't think they totally understand sleep either, and how sleep and proper nutrition will actually give you energy as opposed to drain you.
Any injury update on Hunter or anybody else?
Hunter practiced yesterday, half court again. He was very sore from the other day from going. It's a high ankle sprain, so those things take longer. I think that he may be available to us tomorrow. I don't know if we'll get him in just because he won't be 100%. But he is definitely out there.
And just to confirm with Brannen, that was just an in-house thing. He'll be
Yeah.
available.
We handled that. We've handled that, and yes, he'll be in uniform. Well, it's only noon, so we haven't practiced yet. But no, that's a joke. But he'll be in uniform tomorrow, obviously.
What was your reaction to the reaction?
I really hadn't heard the reaction. I was, I'm an emotional guy, and I was so upset after the game because that goes against everything I believe in, and everything that this university believes in, from a sportsmanship type, topic. I mean, that just doesn't happen. We talk about how we don't rush the court. We talk about how much pride that the inventor of the game was our first coach, and how much history here, but also history that spawned off from the University of Kansas. There's, we win the national championship, and we don't even celebrate, but for a brief moment, because they had too much respect for the situation to get back in the handshake line. Those are things we talk about if not every day, weekly or monthly. I mean, that's just the fabric of how we've done things. And so to have somebody totally, go against the grain in that, it certainly didn't sit well with me, nor teammates. It's over. We apologized. I apologized because that's not the way we want to conduct ourselves. But it's also a youngster that just didn't make a very good decision, and certainly I've made a ton of them in my time at the inappropriate time, and it's forgotten, but I don't think we'll have to address it again. But I have no idea what the feedback was, other than the fact that there was some, but I don't know if it was negative, positive, or whatever it was. I don't have any idea.
You mentioned after Wednesday's game that you feel more comfortable playing your younger players if your veterans were doing better. Is that something you've talked to either your veterans or freshmen about?
Well, we were very candid with our veterans that they had made it harder on us to play the young kids. It's that same story